कंप्यूटिंग एटम डिफिकल्टी जो है वो हमने कैसे मालूम करनी है। The difficulty of a test atom is indicated by the percentage of students who get the atom right. Hence, we can compute atom difficulty P by means of following formula, in which R equals the number of students who got the atom right and T equals the total number of students who tried the atom. P is equal to R over T multiply 100. The discriminating power of an achievement test atom refers to the degree to which it discriminates between students with high and low achievements. Atom discriminating power D can be obtained by subtracting the number of students in the lower group who get the atom right RL from the number of students in the upper group who get the atom right RU, and dividing by 1/2 the total number of students included in the atom analysis, 0.5T. Summarize the formula form, it is D is equal to RU minus RL divided by 0.5T. An atom with maximum positive discriminating power is one in which all students in the upper group get the atom right and all the students in the lower group get the atom wrong. This result is an index of 1 as followed. D is equal to 10 minus 0 divided by 10 is 1. An atom with no discriminating power is one in which an equal number of students in both the upper and lower groups get the atom right. This results in an index of 0. 10 minus 10 divided by 10 is equal to 0. स्कोरिंग ऐसे टाइप टेस्ट एटम्स। ऐसे टाइप टेस्ट एटम्स को आपने कैसे स्कोरिंग करनी है? अकॉर्डिंग टू एनी ग्राउंडलैंड 1990 द चीफ वीकनेसेस ऑफ द ऐसे टाइप टेस्ट इज द डिफिकल्टी ऑफ स्कोरिंग। जो सबसे बड़ी कमजोरी है, जो सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ा नुकसान है एनी ग्राउंडलैंड के हवाले से जो उन्होंने बयान किया है कि ऐसे टाइप में सबसे बड़ी डिफिकल्टी वो स्कोरिंग की है। The objectivity of scoring the essay questions may be improved by following a few rules developed by test experts. टेस्ट एक्सपर्ट्स ने जो रूल्स दिए हैं उनको अगर फॉलो किया जाए तो ये स्कोरिंग जो है वो आप कर सकते हैं। नंबर 1, प्रिपेयर ए स्कोरिंग की इन एडवांस। स्कोरिंग की वो आपने पहले बना लेनी है। The scoring key should include the major points of the acceptable answer. Acceptable answer के जो मेजर पॉइंट्स हैं, बुनियादी नुकात हैं, वो उस स्कोरिंग की में शामिल होना चाहिए। The feature of the answer to be evaluated, और फीचर्स जो हैं आंसर्स के हवाले से जो आपने evaluate करने हैं वो शामिल होनी चाहिए। And weightage assigned to each, और हर फीचर की weightage भी होनी चाहिए। To illustrate, suppose the question is, describe the main element of the teaching. Suppose also that this question carries 20 marks. Suppose करें कि उस सवाल के 20 नंबर हैं। We can prepare a scoring key for the question as follows. तो हम उसकी scoring keys इस तरह तैयार कर सकते हैं। Outline of the acceptable answer. Acceptable answer की outline बना लें। There are 4 elements in teaching. These are the definition of the illustration of instructional objective, the identification of the entering behavior of student, the provision of learning experiences, and assessment of the student's performance. Maintain features of the answer and weightage assigned to each. Content, allow 4 points to each elements of teaching. Comprehensiveness, allow 2 points. Logical organization, allow 2 points. Irrelevant material, deduct up to maximum of 2 points. Misspelling of technical terms, deduct 1 by 2 points for each mistake up to maximum of 2 points. Major grammatical mistakes, deduct 1 point for each mistake up to a maximum of 2 points. Poor handwriting, misspelling of non-technical terms and minor grammatical errors ignore. Preparing the scoring key in advance is useful since it provides a uniform standard for evaluation. Use an appropriate scoring method. There are two scoring methods commonly used by classroom teacher: the point method and the rating method. दो तरीकाकार हैं, एक point method है, दूसरा rating method है. In point method, the teacher compare each answer with the acceptable answer. टीचर जो है वो जो आंसर है वो कंपेयर करता है, उसका मुआवजा करता है हर सवाल का उसके एक्सेप्टेबल आंसर से, एंड असाइन ए गिवन नंबर ऑफ पॉइंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ विल ईच आंसर अप्रोक्सीमेट द एक्सेप्टेबल आंसर. और फिर देखता है कि एक्सेप्टेबल आंसर से इसका आंसर कितना करीब है, उसी के मुताबिक उसके नंबर देता है. दिस मेथड इज यूजफुल is suitable in a restricted response type of question, since in this type each feature of the answer can be identified and given proper point values. For example, suppose that the question is, सवाल ये है कि list 5 hypotheses that might explain why nations go to wars. In the question, we can easily assign a number of point values to each hypothesis and evaluate each answer accordingly. In the rating method, the teacher reads each answer and places it in one of the several categories according to quality. For example, the teacher may set a 5 categories: excellent 10 points, good 8 points, average 6 points, weak 4 points, and poor 2 points. This method is suitable in an extended response type of the question, since in this type we make cross judgment concerning the main feature of the answer. It is good practice to grade each feature separately and then add the point values to get the total score. Read a sampling of the paper to get a feel of quality of the answer. This will give you confidence in scoring and stability in your judgment. आप अच्छी तरह पेपर को पढ़ें, उसके बाद आपको उसका आंसर जो है वो आपको फील करवाएगा ये कि किस लेवल का है. Score one question through all of the paper before going on to the next question. सबसे पहले आपने क्या करना है कि एक ही सवाल आपने जो है वो चेक करना है तमाम पेपर से, फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे जाना है. This procedure has 3 main advantages. इसके 3 फायदे हैं. First, the comparison of the answer makes the scoring more exact and just. Second, having to keep only one list of points in mind saves time and promotes accuracy. And third, it avoids halo effect. A halo effect is defined. Halo effect क्या होता है? The tendency in rating a person to let one of its characteristic influence rating on other characteristics. एक स्टूडेंट्स की जो कारकर्दगी है, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक के आंसर है, वो दूसरे का आंसर भी मुतासर कर सकता है. Adopt a definite policy regarding factors which may not be relevant to learning outcomes being measured. The grading of answer to easy question is influenced by large number of factors. These factors include handwriting, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, style, padding of irrelevant material, and neatness. The teacher should specify which factor would or would not be taken into account and what score values would be assigned to or deducted from each other. Score the paper. Have the student record his name on the back or at the end of the paper rather than at top of each page. Another way is to let his student have a code number and write it on his paper instead of his name. Keeping the author of the paper unknown will decrease the bias with which the paper is graded. जो author है, पेपर देने वाला है पेपर, उसको अगर आप अननोन रखेंगे तो उसमें बायसनेस जो है वो ख़त्म कर सकते.